Well, we're on the Forest Ontario annual fall tree planting tour. And from a historic standpoint, I think this site is really cool in that it's probably one of the first plantings ever in Ontario. 1905, this site was planted by Nelson Monteith and Edmund Zavitz, who was the first provincial forester in Ontario. And really, this site here is the birthplace for reforestation in Ontario. It's from this planting that sprung the provincial tree planting program. So from that standpoint, and the fact that it's in Upper Thames River watershed, I think is really significant.
The height of this particular white pine is well over 100 feet. We measured it at about 35 meters high, planted 110 years ago or so. It was probably planted on a eroded hillside, hilly area, and in the hopes of stabilizing the soil. But this is certainly a great example of one of the earliest ones.
And is this a family farm? Did your family have it before?
Well, it goes back to actually I guess it goes right back to my great-grandfather, but it's my grandfather that is the one that's started some of this stuff, yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, I'd like to hope this family will be, it's been a family farm, and I hope it stays that way.
Lovely.
This is one of 3 deer fence protected archives that we have in southern Ontario. And the idea with these archives is when we're out there and we find a lot of butternut, and I think all of you, who here has seen a really badly cankered butternut? Right, everybody. Who here has seen a, wow, that butternut looks good, and I know it's not a hybrid? Okay, there's a quickie, especially you guys down in Southwestern, because we're finding that hybrids are just, damn it, they're almost everywhere. But we still are finding that there's some pretty good trees.
There are 3 sources of these red and white oak. Some of them came from Ontario as native, others came from Pennsylvania, and then we went a little further south and received some seed stock from Tennessee. And the idea is that as a climate warms up, trees do migrate, so we just jump the migration by 50 years or maybe 100, we don't know yet. So the hope is that in 50 years, if the temperatures are such that existing oak trees don't do very well, hopefully this will have given the trees a chance to adapt to a better climate.